Welcome to another episode of Markets Dawn Europe, an audio podcast on financial markets for European-based professionals. A minimalistic solution to the information overload in mainstream and social media. This is what you need to know today.
Morning. Global markets had a mixed reaction to the new US political landscape, with the dollar appreciating sharply, stocks on Wall Street rallying to a fresh all-time high, while European equities struggled, and US bonds selling off, while German bonds rallied. Trump ended up winning on all 7 swing states, gaining control of the Senate, and becoming the first Republican to win the popular vote in 20 years. A powerful mandate that he will assume on January 20th. Leading US stock benchmarks gained approximately 2.5%, as the S&P 500 index nears 6,000 points for the first time, driven by a rally in Tesla, which jumped 15%, and the financial sector. A higher interest rate scenario helped JP Morgan advance 11%, Goldman and Wells Fargo 13%, and Bank of America 8%. The VIX Volatility Index plunged 4 points to 16.3%, the lowest in 5 weeks. In Europe, the Euro Stoxx 50 ended 1.4% lower, with Spanish stocks leading the fall on the back of Santander and Iberdrola's 4% declines. On a year-to-date basis, US equities are significantly outperforming those in Europe. The dollar index had its best day in 2 years, advancing 1.6% to 105 points, as the euro, pound and yen fell sharply. The euro is 3% lower against the dollar, and 4% weaker versus the pound this year. A stronger dollar and higher yields pulled gold down by 3%, while cryptos rallied, with Bitcoin touching a record high of $76,000, before easing to $74,800 this morning. In earnings reports, Danish pharma giant Novo Nordisk met revenue and profit estimates, on the back of strong sales for its weight loss drug Wegovy, which jumped nearly 80% year-on-year. Shares are 7% higher this year. In economic data, the decline in Eurozone producer prices accelerated in September, down 6% on the month, and down 3.4% year-on-year. Also, October's final reading for services PMIs showed an improvement in the Eurozone and its biggest members. In credit ratings, Peru's outlook was upgraded to stable by Fitch, and Barbados was upgraded to single B by S&P. In corporate deals, Italy's third-largest bank Banco BPM will take full control of asset manager Anima Holding, in which it already controls 22%. It will be an active day for central banks, with the Fed announcing at 7 p.m. London time, and widely expected to cut its target rate by 25 basis points, to a 4.5% to 4.75% range. Futures are pricing in one more 25 basis cut by the Fed before year-end. The Bank of England should announce at midday, and is also expected to ease by 25 basis to 4.75%, although futures implied a 17% chance of a larger cut as of yesterday's close. Sweden's Riksbank also meets today, and analysts expect a 50 basis point rate cut to 2.75%, while Norway's Norges Bank should keep its rate steady at 4.5%. Finally, the Czech Central Bank also meets, and analysts anticipate a 25 basis reduction to 4%. Data to be released today: Eurozone retail sales, Germany industrial production, Ireland inflation, and US jobless claims. Earnings reports today: Telefonica, BT Group, Amadeus IT, Airbnb, and Arista Networks. Thanks for your time. Markets Dawn Europe will be back next week.
Visit laconicbriefs.com to subscribe to our newsletter, including this audio podcast with an extended script if you prefer to read, plus performance tables and charts, all in one place. Delivered straight to your inbox every morning, Monday to Friday.